Where is the European that fought to the death over 3 pennies? Mm, yeah. Remember that one? Remember the one who was like, no taxation without representation? Where is he? Where is he? Where'd he go? What happened to the good old boy who was like, we ain't paying no taxes on nothing? Boy, they fought over 3 pennies. A war. They threw the tea into the ocean over 3 pennies. They declared that they were not going to have taxation if they did not also have equal representation. Where? In England. The colonies. I'm telling you. I see blue wrenches. Shalom. Yahrahn, shalom. Man, I ain't gonna be in here long, man. You know I had to say something, man. I'm trying to figure out what happened to that heathen that was willing to fight to the death over 3 pennies. Hananiah Project in the house? Shalom. Gia's in the house. Shalom. And watch this. So you fought for your independence, right? Ain't that what you celebrating? Your declaration, which is a mockery to us. Your declaration of independence while you were whipping slaves, beating them. They had no freedom. They had no liberties. They had no independence. While you were murdering us, murdering our children, murdering our children's children, murdering our relatives, my Native American. So wicked and evil to them that even to this day, it's caused the divide between us and them so bad that they don't even realize that we all cousins. And my very grandmother grew up on the reservation. But you white people and you evil Europeans so wicked that even when my family went all the way to the President of the United States, I'm talking about my family. I'm not talking about nobody else's family. Thunderhorse, that was my uncle. Well, he's really my cousin, but we call him my uncle. Thunderhorse, his father and my grandfather were brothers. And Thunderhorse went all the way up to the President of the United States to tell them, hey, we're Native Americans here, and here's all the paperwork. And they still wouldn't grant us a nickel, dime, or quarter. Why? Dark skin. That's why. Only reason. Skin. Every $5 Indian out there can get money, can get casinos, can get land. They go to college for free. They don't have to pay no taxes and none of that. But those of us that are the same Native Americans, but just our skin tone is brown, darker. Why? Because we didn't pay $5. We're the real color of this nation. We are the Aborigines. We are the original. You come up out of Africa. Do your research. This country was not populated by those who just crossed the Bering Strait up in Alaska. You going to hell for that too? Telling all them lies. Oh yeah, there may have been a couple of folk come across there, but the population of these Americas was populated by folk out of West Africa. So you better stop it. 10, 12,000 years ago. And none of us were able to get proper representation. Y'all fought to the death over 3 cents, 3 pennies, while at the same time you was working us all day long. And no, what do you mean taxes? You wasn't paying us nothing. Beating us, whipping us, raping us, destroying our people and destroying our culture, and had nerve to fight to the death over 3 pennies. And then turn around and tell us to celebrate it. But we can't fight for each other. My people are just, I guess we prohibited from fighting for our freedom. What about our representation? And wait a minute, hold on. Let me talk about something. Where is that European that said, give me liberty or give me death? Where'd he go? Where is he? They fought they fought to the death over 3 pennies, right? And they getting ready to celebrate today. We're gonna drag our people. Oh my. You gonna drag us into it? I want to say something about that. Let me say something about that. Our ancestors would be weeping uncontrollable tears. Their hearts would be breaking. Their hopes and aspirations and dreams shattered. If they would see you, the descendants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the descendants of the sons and daughters of the slave trade and atrocity, worshiping and celebrating the independence of your slave master while he still holds you in chains. If they were to come back and look, they would be like, what are they doing? They dressing up. And what are they eating? Swine. Pigs. What's in them pots? Abomination. What are they glorifying? The so-called taxation without representation? And they still being taxed today with no representation? And you ain't been, and look, listen, you Israelites, we ain't being taxed no 3 pennies. Can't even hardly start a business in this world today. All the taxes that these heathens have placed. By the way, sidebar. Wait a minute, hold on. I done got ahead of myself. Look, I ain't gonna be in this room long. I'm gonna tell you the story. First of all, I'm Dr. Yoshiyahu Dawid Ben Israel. Do I need to say it slower? I'm Dr. Yoshiyahu Dawid Ben Israel. Separated from my mother's womb to be a seer to the house of Israel, to help my people in the last days wake up to your true identity, that you might escape the destruction and the demise of Babylon, that you would escape the judgment that's sure to come upon these nations that continue to operate in falsehoods, that continue to operate with paper foundations that's crumbling. It's time to come out of her, my beloved, and be separate. And don't touch that unclean thing. Whew. Made me lose my spot. I'm full-time, by the way. 100% living by biblical faith, which is emunah, which is living attached to the covenant. Trusting that you all that are being helped and benefited from these messages and inspirations, that you are being encouraged, will see the value of a ministry like this and support it. Because I definitely see the value in supporting you through tithes and offerings. Like the videos and share them, they also help us. And let me say this. Where is that European that was willing to fight to the death for 3 pennies? Because when I look online and I'm watching the news and I see what's going on in the world, everybody complaining now about taxes. Well, whatever happened to no taxation without representation? Whatever happened to, man, throw that stuff in the ocean? Whatever happened to that guy who was willing to go out there and fight? Because right now all I hear him doing is complaining. My taxes, the taxes so high. The taxes, I'm getting taxed here, I get taxed here, and I get taxed here, and I'm getting taxed here. When I go to work, I get taxed, and when I come home, I'm taxed, and when I put gas in my car, I'm taxed again, and when I go to the grocery store, they tax me, and then when I go buy a suit, they tax me, and if I get a car, I gotta pay taxes, and then after I buy the car, they tax me again, and then after I get the car, I gotta pay taxes every year to keep the car running, and then they tax me again. When I buy a house, I gotta pay taxes, and every year I gotta pay taxes, and if I sell my house, then they're gonna take taxes. It's called boy, yo, you yes, then if I, then there's capital gains tax, and then if I try to get my money out, they'll tax me again, and if I do that, hey, white man, you about to go celebrate your independence, right? Who's taxing you? Why you ain't wanting to fight this time? Who is doing this to you? This your country. I thought you was free. You finna go wave flags and have our people consume swine flesh to their own detriment. And many of them will be sick as a result of this. And some gonna die because you told them that this is a time to put swine flesh out and to eat it and to consume it. When all the while you talking about your freedom and you ain't free to do a damn thing. Somebody owns you and you know it. Boy, you gonna talk about the fuck that you like that? Yeah, of course. You ain't free and you ain't independent. You owned. When you wake up in the morning, everything you do from the time you get up out your bed to the time you go back to sleep is operated by permission. Anybody got to go around asking for permission for everything they do is not free nor independent. You are a slave. You wake up in the morning and you want to drive a car, you got to have a driving permit. You got to have permission. Mess around and drive that car without permission and see won't they lock you up. That's not freedom. If you have a house and you want to put a well in the backyard so that you can get water out your own ground, dig a well without permission. See if they don't throw you into prison. You got a house, want to put a room on your house? Try to build an extra room on your house without permission. You want to travel and go outside the country and visit somebody? Try to go outside this country without permission. Without some kind of card, without some kind of evidence that you have permission to even get on a plane or train or to even go outside. You are a slave and talking about my Declaration of Independence. Stop it, you hypocrite. You got to fill out papers to go to school. You got to ask permission to get into a college. Then when you start working, you gotta get a permit to do whatever it is that you want to do in this life. You're an electrician, you gotta get a permit. You gotta pay money and get permission to even run wires, to put in plumbing. Before you can even get a cell phone, you gotta sign a letter, or you gotta sign something so long that most of y'all don't even read it. You scroll all the way through it, and then you just click it. Before you get on YouTube, before you do that, everything is operated by. Who is it that you keep asking permission from? Because I thought you was free. See, free people don't ask permission from nothing, for nobody. They're free to do what they want to do. If you're independent, then why are you not telling your own self, we ain't taxing nobody over 3 pennies? Why? We went to war over 3 cents. My ancestors died for 3 cents. That's what you're supposed to be saying. But now, they're not taking 3 cents, they're taking 50% or more. But you're waving flags. Some of y'all on your way to the beach. Some of y'all on your way to the lake. And if you don't have a permit, you can't get in the gate. Boy, you could have the boat. Boy, you could have the boat, you could have the gas, you can have all the swine meat and swine flesh that you want to consume today. You can have all the beer and chips and the big old flag waving real big from the back of your boat. But I guarantee you get to that gate and you don't get permission, you can't get in there, buddy. On the 4th of July. And you all ain't throwing nothing in the water? What happened to y'all? Who owns you? And you got our people wanting to participate in this level of woo-wee. It's a farce. And you know it. As a matter of fact, some of y'all got to be careful, because if you fly a flag too big without permission, you get pulled over. Hey there, buddy. I know you're a great patriot and all, but that flag there you got, do you have permission to wave that flag that big? Oh, no, sir. It's 4th of July. Well, I understand all that, son, but if you don't mind showing me your license and your registration, please, and step out the car. I just want to make sure. Boy, look here. This is the 4th of July, right? And I live out here in Cali. As you can tell, boy, I makes mockery. And that which needs to be made mockery of. I think, I don't know if Yahrahn still in the room, but he live out here by me, not too far from me. So he know what I'm telling is the truth. Look, they can't even shoot off fireworks on their own Independence Day without permission. Let me get out. Let me get out of here. I didn't mean to keep you guys this long. I don't want to be in the room no 20 minutes talk about this. If I was lying, you're wrong. You think you're gonna lie with me, or is he gonna say nothing more? If I was lying, he said, "Man, Moray lying." No, I ain't lying. I'm trying to tell you, you can't. You will go to jail. On your day of independence, they will lock you up in prison, in jail tonight. You got permission to do that. What happened to you? Where did that guy go? Yeah, you're the one. And he want to take all his anger out on us. He want to cuss us out. He want to fuss at us. Look, we ain't the ones requiring your whole world to be taxed. We're not taking nothing from you. We don't own your mortgage. We don't own your car note. We don't own your job. We don't own your government. We don't own nothing. We don't tax you. We don't give a dang about your fireworks. You know, if we was in charge, y'all could have at it. But you know you're not independent, and you know that declaration is just a piece of paper. And inside of it, you called me a savage. So don't get mad when now I'm reacting to what you called me. Why is he so hostile? Because you called me a savage in the paper you want me to celebrate. That's why you wicked, wicked, wicked heathen. I went online years ago and I told the nation, this one, that I'm still in the land of my captivity. I told the leader of this nation a few years ago, I said, take that word savage out of the declaration. You know what they said back to me? Nigga, you go to hell. You a savage. We leaving it. So I said, well, if you're going to leave it in there, at least tell the people that it should be taken out. Put it in parentheses, say that you've repented for your sins and that you're sorry that this was the way it was, that they wrote it or something. They was like, hell no, we ain't touching that document. That's sacred to us. Oh, it's your Bible. Oh, that's the word of your God, huh? Oh, okay. So all I'm saying to you heathens, we have an avenger. See, the reason why you could treat us like this, the reason why you could put us through these changes and still hold us in captivity, still not give us the reparation, still not make things right, still got black and this and white that and calling us all manner of bywords. And even though I done told you already, I told the world, and for sure told the United Snakes, we ain't black. Stop calling us that. I did a lesson that even the dullest, most backward European on earth could follow the moral ray as I gave the illustration of color. First of all, it is an insult to even refer to someone as black, and I gave you the information on that. And I also taught you that this is brown. I brought out crayons. So here's a brown crayon. See how it matches my skin, you heathens. You better stop calling me black when you can clearly see I'm burnt brass. You can clearly see I'm brown with a golden hue. That's, I told y'all. You're gonna stop calling us by them bywords. But I'll tell you what. See, we couldn't defend ourselves because the record said we'll be powerless against our enemies. That's why you've done us any kind of way. That's why you continue to do us any old kind of way. Why? Because you know right now we don't have a country that can fight for us. We don't have a military. We don't have a nation. Every other nation that's around here, they're together, you know. So you always give them reparation because you don't want to have to deal with them and their nation. So you give them reparation for what you did, which was wicked. And when it came to us, You said, man, this is what, and this is script, by the way. This is what you said to us. You said, where is them niggas' God? That's what you said. Where is their God? They keep talking about he's God and he's going to be on their side. And you keep adding, where that nigga's God? And because you didn't see our God, you continue to keep us in captivity 400 years. You continue to make the affliction worse. You added to it. And then you gave our people Stockholm Syndrome. And now they think that the Declaration of Independence was for them. And they were slaves. They think fireworks is for them and don't even know their own history. That at one time you wicked heathens was using us for the fireworks. You would take the older men, our grandfather. I'm a grandfather. You'd take someone just like me who couldn't quote unquote produce the amount of work that I could produce 20 years ago. You would take me. You would put a rope around my neck. You'd put shackles on my hands. While my children cry, my grandchildren would cry. As they saw me, Dr. Yoshiyahu Dawid, being drugged into town behind horses. All the while you make mockery. And then in the middle of town, there I stand. And when it get dark, you would douse me with fire. You would douse me with gasoline all over my body. And everybody would cheer. And all the other grandfathers would be drug out too. And they'd be standing in the street. The ones that could not produce enough for you wicked heathens that was willing to fight for 3 cents. You would douse me with gas. And then you would set me on fire with my other brothers while you cheered. That's what you called your fireworks. That was your entertainment. And that's how we were tortured. And now you have our people who don't know that they're going to go out and buy fireworks that represent the death of their own grandpa. But here's what I'm saying on this video. Keep that energy. See, what you don't know is that we do have a nation. What you don't know is that we do have a king. And look, we are not like you heathens. We are not pledging. No, let me say it like this. We are not declaring independence from our king. No. We waking up to the truth of who we are and whose we are. So now we are declaring allegiance to our king. You know why? I read the scripture to you yesterday. I showed you as plain as it could possibly be seen that the avenger, oh yes, the kinsman avenger must avenge us for the blood that was shed. So what I want you heathens to do, you see this energy that y'all putting in today? Even though it's based on falsehood, even though it's not based in reality, even though it represents a time gone by, even though while you were complaining about 3 cents and willing to die over that 3 cents, yet you were working us every day in them hot fields and cotton fields, tobacco fields, and all manner of wickedness and torture was done to us. All I'm telling you is keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying. Because it ain't gonna be long and our kinsman avenger is coming. He's tired of this. He done had all he could take. And that represents the end of the world, the apocalypse. He's coming. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And everybody that's under that tree, hiding out, eating swine flesh and drinking and eating out of pots of abomination when he comes. The record says, Isaiah chapter 65 and 66. He said, when our king come back, he's going to kill everybody that's doing that. He'll destroy you. Yeah. And take that your 4th of July and your celebrations and your lies about freedom and your lies about independence and your lies about taxation without representation while you being taxed, some of y'all over 50%. Matter of fact, when you add up actually from your paycheck, if you got one, from the time you get from your wages, right, your taxes, your income tax, when you actually do the math, you spending more than half of your money just on taxes. Who's getting that money? Who's your Bible? Who's your daddy? Who controls you for real? It ain't you. Boy, and y'all don't have the spirit of old pappy, huh? To take up arms against your enemy. It ain't us, by the way. I ain't tell y'all. I told y'all that already. You ain't willing to take up arms against your real enemy. And it ain't us. No. I never told you. If I was in control, no, I wouldn't be doing all that. Man, that even the Morehyosh would have more compassion than whoever your boss is now. Because whoever that fella is, he done turned the tables. When our king come back, I want y'all to keep the same energy. Tell him how you wanted to celebrate the ability to freely kill, steal, and destroy. And how even in these last days you refuse to repay his children a nickel, dime, a quarter. Go and tell him. During the same time, tell them how you called us niggas and spooks and black and all that, even though you watch my video. You have to keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying. Don't lose nothing. When you see that he's a brother, when you see that he got hair like lamb's wool, when you see his eyes are like flames of fire, because he got judgment. When you see that all the lies will be exposed and the secrets will be told and put on display, keep that same energy. When our King of King and Master of Master come back, I want you to go get that big old flag that you wanted to fly. Fly it in front of his face. And go get that swine flesh. Don't stop now. Go and get that swine flesh. Consume it in front of him. Don't do it. Don't change energies. Because in that day, it won't make a difference anyway. If y'all rolling with the moral rape, put a 900,000. What? I said a 900. I'm getting out the room. I might be back in the room maybe 2 or 3 more times today. You never know. If I think of something else, I might just go back in the room again. Why? I'm trying to help my people. Our kinsman avenger is coming. This nation was not founded on truth. It was not founded on righteousness or justice. It was not founded on negotiations, making good deals. No. Go back and read the actual record. Which means that the way was that Revelation 20, I think. That what I'm sorry, Revelation 13 and 14, and then 18. Once you realize that Babylon got to come down, and once you realize that those who led us into captivity got to go into captivity. Whoever killed us must be with a sword, got to be killed. Once you realize that whoever slayed us our kinsman avenger is obligated to slay them? What I'm trying to tell the world is he's coming back. He's on his way. I can see it. And you can too. So to the house of Zion, don't participate in it. Don't do it. Come out of this beast. Get away from this wickedness. This is a good day to study your Torah. It's a good day to pray one for another. It's a good day to be the light of the world and the salt of the earth. This is a good day for that. This is a good day to challenge the heathen concerning independence, concerning freedom. I can hear y'all talking. Some more, you don't believe in freedom. No, I believe that he who the Son, Yahushua HaMashiach, sets free is free indeed. I believe that you'll know the truth, which is Torah, and the truth will make you free. I believe that he is the way. Who? HaMashiach. The truth and the life. And that no man can come unto the Father but by him. Oh yes, I believe in freedom, but I believe in freedom to him, not freedom from him. I believe in freedom to obedience, not freedom from obedience. I believe in freedom to righteousness, not freedom from righteousness. I believe in, watch this, I believe in freedom to keep the laws, statutes, and the commandments of the Most High Yah, not freedom from the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Yah. No, I want the freedom to eat clean. I want the freedom to live right. I want the freedom to keep preaching and teaching the word. I gotta go. I'm starting to get caught up. Y'all put a 1 million in the chat. And let's declare once again our dependence upon Abba Yah, upon Torah. And let us once again declare our allegiance to our King who's shown coming. Oh yeah. To set the record straight and to avenge us of the blood that was shed by the beast. It won't be long. I know what they said. You ain't got nobody to fight for you. Okay, don't worry about it. Put a 1 million in the chat. And while you do, keep looking up. Yep. You know what? I might do that to a couple of heathens today. It just depends on if I get around them, because, sometimes I don't like to be around them. But if I get around a couple of heathens today, I might do that. When they start talking to me, that independent talk, I might just start looking up. And I can hear it. By golly, what you looking at there, sir? I think I see that might be my king coming. Where are you talking about your king? No, I'm just looking. I mean, where are you talking about? Where you coming? Boy, that'll send shockwaves throughout the. Boy, all of a sudden, right mid-sentence, talking to this heathen. Mid-sentence, just look up. Can y'all see that? They know our KINSMEN Avengers coming. Look, I got to get out the room. Been enjoying. I wanted to give you guys some encouragement today. Y'all stay strong. Don't let none of this heathen stuff get you rattled. You understand that this is a day that Yahuwah has made. We rejoice and going to be glad in it, but we don't have to participate in wickedness to enjoy one of our Yah's gifts to us. That's another day. Hallelujah. Support the work of the ARK through tithes and offerings. That's how we make it. Like and share these videos. They do help people. Why? Because they're helping you. And until next time, honestly, keep looking up for our redemption. Draws nigh. Shalom. You heathens, go on. Keep that same energy. Our kinsman avenger. He's on his way.